Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me, Soul Family. I'm excited to bring the show to you guys today because I have some new decks. So, welcome to Mystical Soul Readings. I'm Solreta Antaria, and if you're watching this over on Soul Alchemy Potions, very excited because today we have the competition ending, or I should say tonight. So, I think the full moon is around 10 p.m. Australian Eastern Time, I think. So yeah, if you guys haven't entered the competition already, please jump on over to all of the socials. So it will be on Instagram if you go onto Soul Alchemy Potions, or on Facebook, and you guys have the chance to win 6 of my amazing Soul Alchemy Potions. So you'll win one of every potion plus a reading with me. So if you haven't tagged 3 friends and followed and liked on Instagram or Facebook, one of the two, yeah, go and do that now because it will give you a chance to win. So I'm posting international as well. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you guys have the chance to win. And I'm just looking at some of your beautiful comments. It's so nice to see our gorgeous soul family here. I can see Rainbow Sun and Tim. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, please like, share, and subscribe. And let me pop up the little reminder that I've got here. So yeah, hopefully you guys are having a wonderful weekend. I can see Jody B here as well, and Ken. So lovely to see you guys here, and Lynn as well. And I can see a few of you putting crystals outside and getting ready. Thank you for the reminder, because it's been raining over here too. So I'm not sure if I'm going to leave some on my windowsill. And also just a reminder for those of you wanting readings, because today we're going to do a reading, and I did have an interesting dream last night that I'll share with you all as well. But so you can go through solreta.com and it will take you through onto masonjupiter.com. So you'll see my readings over here. And we also have the holistic wellness. So 10% off, use the discount code Jupiter and you'll get 10% off, whether it's a starseed reading, a mystical oracle reading, or a holistic wellness session. So let's get back into today's reading. And I've got the I Am That Witch potion today. I just felt like with the full moon, time for a bit of magic. And I just wanted to have something that was like very like calling power back and charging. And I can see we've got depth here as well. So the 2 decks that I bought through the week, Past Life Energy, and I might even do a special read or a special show just based on past life stuff, or maybe even like a 3-card spread, having a look at like what past life we're supposed to look into at the moment. So I might do that perhaps like in the next couple of weeks, because I do have a few other shows planned, but we have the Time Traveler's Oracle as well. So 2 that I'd never seen before. So I've started playing around with these already. So what was interesting was last night, my dream, so in my dream, my partner and I had kind of like I guess like a storage facility or something like that in maybe the basement of our house, which is so weird because we live in Australia. We don't really have basements and things like that in all of the houses over here. But yeah, what happened was he actually came to me, and he came from a neighbor's house in the dream, and he said, "Oh, there's I don't even want to say the word, but a war starting. Also, such and such has started a war," which is, I guess, one of the timelines. But in the dream, it was really interesting. There was awareness of, hold on a minute, I don't want this timeline to anchor. And so I felt that the dream was perhaps a programming happening within the dream, because remember, the way that we manifest and the way that we work is to visualize or imagine things first in the quantum. So in that dream, I felt that not resistance, but this non-acceptance of, no, that's not my reality. That's not my timeline. So I did timeline cards this morning while we were having breakfast, and I got a good timeline, but I did also see a 7 of Swords energy. Oh, cool. Yeah, it looks really good. I've only had to play with it a little bit, but it looks really, really good. So we will pick some from these today as well. But yeah, has anyone else been having timeline dreams of where they are awake and they're like not accepting that reality? Also, with the mandala effects too, I noticed last night I was at my parents' for dinner with my family, and my sister-in-law was talking about putting the Sandlot on for the kids. I'm like, what? And she goes, yeah. She goes, wasn't it called the Sandlot Kids when we were growing up? I'm like, yeah, always. So that was like another one that I noticed, apart from like the Richard Simmons And there was a few other people that passed. When was it? The last couple of days. So yeah, I don't know if anyone else remembers that possibly already happening a couple of years ago. That was a little bit weird. So let's have a look. Okay. Oh, Jebs, we're sending love, and thank you for keeping us updated. Yeah, sending love and healing vibes. But yeah, hopefully things kick in soon and that heartbeat gets going. Let's all maybe visualize. Oh, and I just got a card for her. We've got the shaman healing card. So maybe if we can collectively all send beautiful, loving energy, and it is emotion that strengthens hearts as well. So maybe if we can visualize her heart working and beating strong and powerful and just right for her. Okay, so let's have a look into this week ahead and see what we have. Okay, so there's something else they want me to do first. Oh, okay. We've got one of my gorgeous clients actually gave me this beautiful crystalline essence. So this is the Swan Spirit. And yeah, if you guys want to get these, they're from crystallineessence.com. And this one has just a water, roman, chamomile, rue, thyme. And she's also put swan, bloodstone, and ear chakra energy into this as well. So I'm just going to spray some of this if you guys want to collectively catch some of this too. It's a really beautiful energy. I just want to clear the timeline that we were talking about before. So let's have a look into the energies for the week. The other thing Spirit's been showing me the last couple of days is we can ask for what timeline are we on right now. It's great to have a look into with the cards too. Okay, so I've got 5 cards and we'll have a feel into these first and then we'll flip them over. So what I'm actually seeing, it's really interesting. I'm getting like an Avalon type feel. And what I mean by this is I'm seeing what looks to be like our physical world that we're in, that I'm seeing a mist and I'm seeing mountains and I'm seeing another reality. So I do feel that where we talk about like the 4th dimensional or 3rd and 4th dimension sort of merging, or we're becoming more and more aware of it. So like when we have the fairies around us, whether they're inside or outside here, we are sort of more merging into that. So let's flip these cards over. And this is interesting. So I'm still seeing how I was saying before when I did that little bit of a read this morning while I was having breakfast. And I can see Jody saying as well, I've had a few timeline dreams a few months ago. The date in the dream was about a week later than the current date. Ooh, that would be interesting to find out what you dreamt. That would be really, really fascinating to see. So with the cards that I had this morning, it was Ace of Swords, King of Swords. It was the Hierophant. So I actually saw that as like a lot to do with the American political stuff going on right now. And I saw it to do with more of a powerful leadership, that after, I guess, that assassination attempt, I actually saw, Trump becoming more powerful was what I saw in the card spread. I did see 7 of Swords though, which is to be careful or to sort of watch who is close around. So there was still perhaps like plans for other things if that first plan didn't work out. So yeah, that was an interesting timeline, but I did feel that like there was still a lot of protection and a lot of like, how would I say, with the Hierophant, it's like a lot more kind of like working with God type energy or working with higher self as well. So the cards that we have that Spirit wants us to have a look into for the week, we have the 7 of Swords. And this is interesting. This is almost like overriding the timeline. And we see the death or the resurrection transformational card. So we really need to start programming and shifting our timelines consciously. We have an 8 of Swords with this. And with this 8 of Swords is being freed from or being a butterfly in a cocoon. So yes, that is exactly right, Tim. That's pretty much like to sum up what I saw in the card spread to do with what we saw happen last weekend. But yeah, with this Eight of Swords energy, we need to really use Three of Wands to get out of this. So if an Eight of Swords it's Jupiter and Gemini. So it's like on the precipice of change, but it's like where our mind has been limited or we're trying to create something new from where we're already at. So it's a butterfly in a little chrysalis, and she doesn't know how to open up her wings. So with this would be, focusing more on your gifts, your power, your strength, knowing that you already have exactly what you need to take you to this next phase. And we have a Three of Wands, but it seems to be met with the card of the devil. So this is something between and I always call this third wand the wand of God. So if we look at the Two of Wands being that crossroad, or what's called dominion in this particular deck, I think it's Mars and Aries energy. With the card of dominion, it really sort of represents, with this third wand coming in, this higher aspect of God, or this higher aspect of higher self. Hi, Corbin. Thank you. Happy full moon to you guys as well. So yeah, we do actually see where there is devil energy trying to take away or trying to disempower. Yeah, and I'm just having a look. Oh, interesting, rainbow sun. Yeah, that would be interesting to have a look into and see what comes up. And I think from what I've seen, timelines can keep shifting and changing. So that could be like one potential. And sometimes you'll have where it just like all of a sudden flips and you'll get another timeline potential as well. So let's have a look into what our spirit is saying. But it definitely looks like we are being told that we need to energetically call in protection, call in our higher self, connect with higher frequencies, think outside the box, really look at like where we are being programmed. So let's grab some little clarifiers, and I will grab from the black and white deck that I have forgotten the name. I need to dig out the box. So let's have a look in spirit giving us a bit more of a message and how we can strengthen and overcome any deterrence or negative timeline stuff that could be trying to disrupt or reprogram or pull into fear. But I still keep seeing this other realm, this other world. So I do believe we're being supported by the fourth dimension. It's really cute. The channeled message that I'm getting right now, where I'm hearing, seeing, and feeling, it's a scene from Hook, the kids' movie, that if you grew up in the 80s and 90s, you would know it. But it's where Peter Pan is an adult who goes back into, I guess, Never Never Land. And all of the kids are trying to get him to see the play food because they're all eating like this banquet and he can't see it. And they're really trying to get him to tap back into his imagination, into his feeling. Anyway, when he starts to like step into joy, step into heart energy, step into fun, he actually starts to see like the play pretend food and things. And there's another moment where he's actually like rising up and flying. And the remark is, you're doing it, Peter. So I'm actually seeing this with fourth dimensional energies and with the elementals. And I keep getting dolphin and whale energy too. So I really do feel that we have support from the unseen, from the animal kingdom, from the elemental kingdom, from the oh, and I can see Corbin saying, Jake's here with me and cheering for Hook. All right, let's flip over these other cards. So what we have is a Five of Wands, which is a card of defeat, the Strength card followed by abundance. So it's really interesting. It's almost like all of this other stuff that we've been met with. Oh, cool. And I can see Jake is saying, another one of my favorite films. We are on the same frequency. That's cool. I love your taste in films. So yeah, it definitely looks like that some of the darker side of things that we're actually realizing it doesn't have power over us. So this is about us stepping in and actually connecting in with these unseen forces. So if I was to visualize and put together what Spirit's showing me as though it was a movie, what it would look like would be some kind of like Lord of the Rings style thing, where it's, you know, going into battle, but you've got like the gnomes behind you, you've got the elvish realm connected with you, as well as all these other things. But yeah, we've got, and how beautiful is this strength card? It's such a beautiful card with the lion and the figure eight. And we have Three of Cups, which we see these beautiful ravens. With this as well, Three of Cups energy, it's using the mind and intuition together. So remember, we consciously have to actually ask. And the funny thing is, guess what came out in fourth card placement? Exactly the same card. So Spirit is doubling down on this Three of Wands energy, really saying we need to actually invite these higher realms that are here for our best and highest good. And yes, the dragons too. But yeah, this is also the reuniting of the witches. So we need to like re-emerge our power. We need to step back into what we've hidden, what we've had to unsee. We need to literally call our power back as well. Yeah, I think the fairies might be on vacation today. I'm not too sure. We have had a lot of rain as well. It's been quite stormy weather the last 2 days. So I'm not sure if they're maybe just having a little bit of a rest. Their little wings might be tired. I'm not sure. So what we see after this is Father of Wands and the Chariot. So we are seeing like coming into like leadership energy. We're not being passive anymore either. You know, with this Father of Swords, this is quite actively owning your power. And with the Chariot, we're taking it out into the world. We're not just sitting in this space of not having power. So I want to get some mystical or the Greek mythos tarot to go with this as well. And let's see. So I love this message. It's almost like we're going to be living in kind of like a space of imagination and bringing it into fruition, almost like a movie. Yeah, it's such a beautiful deck. I actually bought that for myself as a present in Bali, and because I didn't take a deck over there. So I'm like, well, I have to buy a deck. Your love reasoning when it comes to things like this. So we have the 10 of Wands and we have Ace of Cups. And I have had this Ace of Cup cards almost every day for the last week with clients. Yeah, I thought I just saw one too. So for the fairies, you're loved and it's safe to come back out after that crazy storm. So yeah, Ace of Cups energy. So with this, we're ending oppression. We're ending where we've had to be disempowered, where we don't have a voice, where we've carried too much, where we've lived under Saturn energy, which is, you know, that control, sort of like more, governmental type energy. So we're actually stepping into Six of Coins, which is Taurus energy. It's a card of success. For me, this also relates to Mary Magdalene energy. So we're literally stepping back into this higher heart frequency or this more unconditional love space. We've got Six of Wands. We're choosing our timeline. This is a card of victory and celebration. Oh, and just a reminder, please hit that like button so we can try and push this out on the algorithm, because that will also keep me encouraged to do extra shows and things too. We have Eight of Cups and the Magician. So it does look like when we step into our power, something will try and fracture or try and bring things down or disconnect us from that spirit realm. So if we are seeing that, see it as a positive, that it's not a setback. It's actually the darker side trying to push back on people coming into their strength, coming into their power. But no one wants to mess with this higher magician state. So we are actually really on a timeline at the moment to become self-aware, to become like magic actualized in the physical, and to actually find out more about like what it means to be human, or what it means to have, you know, some of these ET hybrid energies that we talk about as well. I know, what a great strategy. You know, I should do that every time I travel. Oops, I need to buy a tarot deck. So I just also want to pick from another deck. Let me just move some of these cards out of the way. So interesting, we had the Three of Wands come up in the same placement too. So the other message that we have for this week, and I also want to pick these past life timeline cards. Again, we have Six of Disc, card of success. This is prophecy stuff that we're going through. We're literally living in a prophecy, and it's about coming into the heart to break free from oppression. So I'm excited to show you guys these. Oh my gosh. We're in a whole new cycle. Oops, one more. Oh, I love this. Okay, so Six of Disc, the card of success. With this, it's Venus and Taurus grounding sort of energies and King of Cups. So we're fulfilling our prophecy. We're coming into this like emotional wisdom and this emotional power as well. We're actually aware of things trying to control, manipulate, or kind of engage us. So Eight of Swords, I keep feeling like this is prophecy energy with this particular deck too. Eight of Swords actually came out in third place again. So we've had two cards come out in the same exact placement, like in the positioning that I've got. And we've got a Six of Wands, which is not only a card of science, it's Mercury and what is it? Mercury and Aquarius, it might be. Anyway, I know it's got Mercury energy. With the Six of Swords, it's also like not only just like where we're going on a travel or we're going on a journey. Yeah, it's such beautiful artwork in this deck. It's also where we're seeing into the unseen realm. So again, this is asking for the support of the elementals. So I always say, and you guys know it too, asking for those that are for our best and highest good. And we have the Death Rebirth card. So we're actually, when we start to step up to the platform in this way, or break out of Eight of Swords energy, so break out of programming, break out of like the old timeline stuff and the old oppression. And I'm talking about the other past lives. So let's have a look at the past life energy too. But before I do, Hermit and the Lover's card. So we're actually going to light and lead the way. So I really feel this strong for our beautiful community. And with the Lover's card, or you can see with this version of the Hermit, and he has this Hedwig looking owl like in Harry Potter, but you can see there's a bit of a portal open. So he's here to enlighten, illuminate, even though he doesn't have full confidence, because he can fall into really like over assessing things and being in Virgo energy, where he's like, oh, I'm not sure, or I'm not sure if it's like the right time. It's only really when like humanity needs him that he fully like steps up to the plate. And his magic, his knowledge is the channeled stuff. It's not having to have a piece of paper. Yeah, it looks like ET energy too, because it's got the star inside the lantern, not like the sun in the other deck, because it's the star card and the Lover's card. So it's literally about bringing like Eden back to earth. And we can see Archangel Michael here with this, with the Lover's energy. Let's get a past life card. Okay. So that deck is the star card tarot. Okay, so we have the card of service and bringing value. And for many of us here in this little soul family, we are really of service to humanity. So let's have a look for this card. And I'll hold this up too. So I'll read this. I haven't read this one before because it's a new deck. So we see here it's service, bringing value. Oh yeah, definitely. Merkaba energy too. So it says this card indicates past lives of serving and perhaps even saving others. Your desire to be of service has called you to assist others who need you in some way. So think about this from the starseed point of view and from our soul family coming into this realm to be of service. So it says here as well, perhaps you were a nurse who followed combat in a civil war, or perhaps a superintendent at an orphanage. It is near the devotion card that you have had past lives where you've brought value in forms of service, some of religious service. Perhaps you were a monk who cared for the suffering, resistance of a leper colony, or a nun who provided food to impoverished people. Yeah, if this card near the caretaker, your intention to bring value could have shifted, and you could be shifting. You are out of balance, but it's important to know that you don't have to sacrifice your joy to bring life to value others. So continue to be conscious of your own needs as you consider the care for others, and be sure to balance the work time with some professional or personal fulfillment and happiness with time off. So it says there's a karmic shift associated with this as well. So it says a great sense of gratification can come from knowing that you have real value and you've added real value to someone's life. So it can be a blessing that you find the gratification in how you make your living. But remember, the energy expands from within you. Bringing value starts with yourself. and extends to your family, to your community, and then to the world. No matter what past life patterns may be, you start now to bring value to others in a balanced way. Whether you volunteer or donate your time, money, or emotional support, you can start a karmic movement that will bring much value back. So there's a little affirmation with this, and it says, every day I have an opportunity to bring some value to others. Every little act of kindness expands energy and joy in the world and blesses the soul. So as I'm reading this, I just can't help but like feel all of these different elemental energies that we're talking about. It would be really interesting to take some photos outside today and see if there's any little creatures or characters that show up. I feel more kind of like the earthier ones today. Yeah, I'm not sort of feeling as much of the fairies around. It feels more kind of like the visions I keep getting feel more kind of like I guess we would call them gnomes, for lack of a better word, or elves. I'm feeling more their kind of like earthier green sort of energy today as well. Let's have a look and see what comes up from the Time Travelers deck. So we've got this one. Hey, John, lovely to see you here. All right, let's have a look. God, it's so nice to sit with my soul family. So the card that we have, oh, you guys that are star seeds are going to love this. We've got the card of breakthrough for this week as well, which it did feel like we had a bit of breakthrough energy on the weekend. Yeah, The Borrowers. I wonder if Jake likes that too. Have you guys seen The Borrowers? That is one of the best movies. And I know Deb's in the UK, like that probably would have been pretty big because we have a lot of UK things over here as well. So let's have a look for this breakthrough card and get the message from this one because this is a new deck. So I'm going to read it to you. Okay, so this is about the moon landing. So this will be interesting. Okay. So with this one, let me just see if I can skim through and read this. So it literally just talks about that it's an event that led to a new age. Oh, and I've got to go back into TikTok. I saw Ross Coulthart, the Australian reporter that used to be on 60 Minutes, talking about ET contact and talking about Trump trying to bring disclosure and literally disclose to the people around like the whole UFO thing. But he was saying that it will change the course of history like overnight. So I might even have to look into that, maybe bring a bit of that into the Galactic show next week. So with this as well, it also talks about there's a little blue dot like within this. So it talks about like our planet being quite precious, being like a little blue-green dot. So this is all about changing the perspective, looking at it from a universal point of view and new beginnings. So this is the first steps that we're going through in this period right now. Oh, I did not know that. You guys are so full of wisdom. So it says here as well, the time traveler's message. It is natural to be afraid of when you're confronted with something new or a challenge. However, don't let the fear prevent you from overcoming barriers. A breakthrough is at hand. Trust your instincts. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't hold back. Just do what it takes, the effort, the fortitude to be the first to walk on the moon. For a chick has hatched out of its shell, and for a seedling is to push through hard-packed earth. It will take supreme effort in your own journey to reach the light. The energy of the breakthrough isn't always as neat and tidy, so it's okay for things to be messy and chaotic for a while. Eventually, the situation will sort itself out and peace will regain. So that is a really beautiful message for where we're at. Is anyone else also feeling elementals around? Maybe it's also with this full moon energy too, but I just feel them. Let's have a look and see what message wants to come through from these beautiful elementals. So I'm just going to pick a card from the Forest Fae, just because I feel them so strong. Okay, they want me to get 2 cards. And how cute are these? Look at the little mushrooms or toadstools on the back of these. So we have the Numia, seek inspiration in twilight wanderings. And she has these beautiful little deer antlers as well. So the next card that we have, this is the gnome of mushrooms and buttons. Seek stillness and joy. They are wise teachers. So I don't know if you guys have a chance to get out into the forest or into the bush, but it might be a good day. And it looks like here in Melbourne, the rain has let up. Awesome. That's so lovely, Amy Rose. She's saying, yeah, elementals flew around me earlier in green and yellow light, because a lot of the time they are in orb formation. So let me just get one final message to see if there's anything else that Spirit wants us to have a look into for this week. And I'm going to go for the Starseed cards. So my Syrian deck, which I love, Tim. He pulls a Starseed deck. I think it's every day at the moment. So these are my decks. This was available on my website as well. So you'll see here all of the different hand-drawn pictures that I've done. So Spirit gave me a title for each, and then I literally just channeled all of the messages and the images that came through. So some of them have, what do you call it? Like imprinted or light language codes in there as well. And yeah, I thought that was interesting as well, John. So, and what was interesting was Reagan went on to win every state except for one after that attempt. So the Syrian star card that we have is spiritual guidance. So definitely tune in to the unseen and to those beings that are working with humanity. So we're not working alone. It's not just humanity trying to shift and bring this new age. It's wanted from all levels, and it's wanted from the animals as well. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate you. So we have here spiritual guidance. Ask for spiritual guidance and positive intervention from your guides and angels. So you can just ask them to guide you to be on the right track. We have a lot of, that's so sweet. Thank you, Tammy. It's so nice to know that you guys have some of my creations out there. Thank you. Well, yeah. Beautiful message today. Let me know through the week as well, or tuning back into this show next week, if you've had some interaction with some of the elementals. Every now and then we see a house elf here, especially in our kitchen. We've called him Dobby because he kind of looks like Dobby. Myself and my partner's also seen him, and the kids as well. So yeah, these things are real. They do exist. They're just outside of our three-dimension or third-dimensional frequency. And I just want to remind you guys, before we go to, let me just pop this back up, that it is literally the last couple of hours to enter the competition. So if you haven't gone onto social media for Soul Alchemy Potions, please tag 3 friends and follow and like, just to make sure that you're entering the competition. Thank you, Tim. And yeah, please remember to get this video a thumbs up so we can help try and push it out. And it is good to be able to share it as well, so we can continue to grow our beautiful soul family. And this was the one that I had today. Let me just jump onto this. So the one that I am drinking today for our full moon is the I Am That Witch. So you can see here it says, I embrace my full power and magic. So this has elderberry, it has apple, lemon myrtle, blue mallow, dragon fruit, and peach. This is a really soothing but very powerful tea. And it also is a really nice iced tea as well. So you can see here a little bit closer what it looks like. All real dried ingredients that are beautiful, high quality. And you can see this is the actual color of the tea, like if you've got good lighting. So yeah, and for those wanting a booking, please jump on over and use 10% discount code Jupiter over on at masonjupiter.com to book a session with me. And I would love to read and have a look into any questions that you guys have. Or if you're on a starseed mission, I would love to look into your ET origins, or if you've had experiences, help you to understand more about like why those experiences happened, who you are, or if you're going through any health things and would love guidance, or if you have goals in health or any kind of spiritual, mental, emotional goals, a holistic wellness session is really good for that. So thank you guys for joining me today. I love you all very much. And I'm just checking. Oh, that's amazing, Tim. Thank you. That's so wonderful to hear that you guys have my little babies, my little soul alchemy potions. You guys are so welcome. All right. Well, I will see you in, I think it's only about maybe 2 days away for the 3-card reading. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So you'll do pick card 1, 2, or 3. And I think I'm also going to be back on Mason Jupiter this week as well with the girls. All right. Have a beautiful rest of your weekend.